Alright guys, let's take a look at today's problem. So right here we have that triangle XYZ is equilateral with a side length of 5 feet. Angle WXY is 75 degrees. How many inches is WX? And right here I have a sign chart, so in case you might need this to solve this problem. So let's try solving this problem. So we are given that triangle XYZ has a side length of 5 feet and that's equilateral. So in that case that means XY must be 5, YZ must be 5, and XZ must also be 5. I'm just gonna write it down right here so it won't interfere. So we also know in an equilateral triangle every angle is 60 degrees. So this is 60, and angle ZXY is 60, and angle ZYX is also 60. We are given that angle WXY is 75 degrees. So so in that case we write it down, angle WXY equals 75 degrees. How many inches is WX? So here's what I notice. I notice that angle XWY and angles XZY both form the same arc XY. And if two angles form the same exact arc, that means the angles are congruent. So we are given that means XWY and XZY are equal. And since XZY is 60, that means XWY is also 60. And we're also given that WXY is 75 degrees. That means angle YWX must be 180 minus 60 minus 75. And if you calculate that, you get 45 degrees. Now, how many inches is WX? So, what do we know? We know the length of XY is 5. What can we do with that? Well, we can use law of sines, because now we know all the angles of triangle XWY, and we have one side length given. So, we know XYW is 45 degrees, and WX is the opposite of the 45 degrees. So we know sine 45. Oh yeah, before I go to the law of sines, I just want to say that for any triangle, the law of sines is sine A over A equals to sine B over B equals to sine C over C. So, and A, B, and C are the side lengths of the triangle. So in this case, we have sine 45 over WX, and we can just use one more side length. So we can say sine 60 over length XY. So XY is given. So we have sine 45 over WX equals sine 60 over 5. Now let's start moving some numbers around. We can say that WX over 5 equals sine 45 over sine 60. Basically, we just switched these two together. Now we have length WX equals 5 times sine 45 over sine 60. So WX equals to 5 times, so if you look at this chart, sine 45 is 1 over root 2. And sine 60 is root 3 over 2. Now let's continue the problem up here next to the chart. So we have 5 over root 2 divided by root 3 by 2. So that is equal to 5 over root 2 times 2 over root 3. So therefore our answer is 10 over root 6. 6. So how many inches is Wx? Well, Wx is 10 over root 6 inches. Wx is 10 over root 6 inches. Thank you.